Good morning. It is day 31 of the Whole30. We did it! Ah! So it is day 31 and things are going really well so far. I am on my way into rehearsal and I incorporated peanut butter into my first meal of the day. And then I just finished, I swung by Chipotle and got myself their carnitas, but added black beans to it to see what that does. And yeah, so far so good. So far nothing different, except that I do feel more full. And I don't know if that's the difference between the peanuts and what would have been almond butter, or if I'm just not hungry yet. I can't really tell that much of a difference, but I still feel very full from breakfast. I also put the peanut butter on like a cakey kind of a thing made with some coconut flour, which was a little more muffiny, but with full out Whole30 ingredients. So that might have something to do with it, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if the fact that it felt more bready or the fact that it was peanuts changed that. But I think it'll be more telling once I get started on my Chipotle, if I can eat the whole thing or if I can only eat like half, because without the beans I have no problem eating the whole thing of Chipotle, but with the beans that might be different. So we shall see. So as far as my results go, I want to wait until the very end in order to do like a results video kind of a thing. But I do want to share because at the beginning of today, I did get on the scale and I also took my measurements kind of. The way I did measurements, I might have talked about this in the past, but I don't know if I did or not. I took string and I put it around my waist, my hips, my right thigh, and my left arm. So, and put little tape marks so that I could see like where it was when I started. And then I did the same thing again this morning, and I put a second tape mark so that I can see the difference between waist, hips, my right arm, or my right thigh, and my left arm, just to see like if it changed. And I was impressed with my arm difference. That was kind of cool. I have also been doing the yoga and stuff, but I'm impressed with the difference in my arm. I thought that was neat. My thigh didn't change very much. My waist and hips changed, which I knew because my jeans were loose enough and I went down to the next size. But like, and the next size, which kind of fit me, actually fit me now, which is nice. But it was interesting because I was not expecting that about my arm to change. That was kind of cool. Because you just don't notice your arm. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any, like, I don't put anything on my arm that's tight enough that I would even notice. Anyway, I thought that was cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing again at the end of the reintroduction phase. So I've got my day 1, my day 31, and then my actual end. And I don't think I said this yet, but what I also thought was neat is that I lost the same amount of weight on my first and second and third Whole30. So I can actually say right now that every time I do Whole30, I lose 10 pounds, which is kind of neat. I know it fluctuates person to person, but it's neat to me that my body is the same no matter what. Like, the first time I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was afraid I was eating like too many potatoes, and indulging in that side of it for kind of my sanity, and I lost 10 pounds. And then the second time I was paying attention to the scale and I was afraid that I had too much of a mental hookup on that, and I was like, well, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm holding on to stuff because of that, but then I lost 10 pounds. And this time I actually let all of that stuff go and stuck to the program and did plate joy meals with the goals all set, not for extreme weight loss, but for weight loss, not for maintaining. And I lost 10 pounds. So I think it's cool that it's like the same every time. And like no matter what I was, like the first time, I mean, I've been mindful of my eating now for a few years. So every time I started Whole30, I wasn't coming off of not paying any attention to my diet. But every time I've started Whole30, I came off of a place where I felt sluggish and wanted a change. And so that was interesting. And I lost 10 pounds before the holidays, and then after the holidays lost another 10 pounds. So it was like I'd already done a Whole30 within the past few months, and I still lost the same amount. I don't know. I just think that's really cool. Now that doesn't mean that I'm 20 pounds down from the first Whole30, because I did not pay attention as much during the holidays, and I did put some back on. But I think it's interesting from day 1 to 31 that that's the loss. That it's the exact same number every time, like to the exact tenth of a pound actual poundage, which I just think it's neat. That's all. I was kind of hung up on that today because I was like, that is so interesting. It makes me wonder if the fluctuation for the Whole30 diet is person by person, but like each person will lose different depending on whatever. But I wonder if other people lose the same if they've done multiple Whole30s. So if you're a person who's done multiple Whole30s and you're watching these videos and you've lost the same amount of weight each time, please let me know, because I'm just curious right now if it's just me or if it's like that's what happens. Yeah, so okay, so that's about all I've got for right now. I am about to get on the highway just before rehearsal, so I'm gonna let you go and get driving, and I will talk at you later. All right, it is the end of day 31. We have reintroduced legumes, and so far so good. Nothing too different about today other than I just feel really good that it's day 31 and I'm starting the reintroduction phase. Everything went well. I was excited about my breakfast with the peanut butter. I added black beans to my Chipotle for lunch. I wasn't sure about dinner. I had a thing where I was gonna do lunch with these lettuce wraps and chicken salad with some hummus, and then instead my Chipotle was my lunch instead of my dinner. So I didn't want to do that for dinner, and so when I got home I looked at things and realized I had everything I needed to do to make a cauliflower fried rice chicken thing, and so I did that with soy sauce. And when I use soy sauce, I just use too much. I really like soy sauce, and so I did use a lot of soy sauce, but I still wasn't sure if that was enough as far as the reintroduction for the legumes goes. So before I made that, I had an appetizer of orange peppers sliced with hummus, which I had gotten today from Whole Foods Instacart. By the way, Whole Foods Instacart is amazing. Not only did they show up and give me these really amazing green bags, kind of clothish bags that I've seen Instacart drivers use, but I always give them back and take the bags out that I have from the store out of the bags that they have, the green ones. And this guy was like, no, these are yours, take them, they're fine. And it just had all the stuff in there. But I also got free sample of this RX bar. It looks really good. It's like a chocolate sea salt thing, which I can't have yet because I'm not reintroducing chocolate until I'm finished with all my actual reintroduction phase stuff. But I've got it saved away for my end. That's going to be kind of my my thing at the end is going to be this. I mean, it's really good for you. It's it's one of those RX bars where it's the ingredients are listed on the label. And it's not a bad for you candy bar kind of thing, but I think it'll be a really good way to reintroduce chocolate and sweetness back into my life. Otherwise, just all is well. I'm having a good time. I don't have to do anything because all of my stuff is done. So I think I'm gonna do, I don't know, maybe some yoga. Maybe I'll take a night off. I'm actually not even sure yet. So we'll see. I might do a little yoga, but I also might just throw this video together and as it's uploading, go to bed, because it would be kind of nice to have an early night and not worry about it. And tomorrow we're doing CycleBar again.
So I do have to worry about that a little bit. And, last time I made it through 30 minutes, going a little harder than I probably should have. So this week, my goal is going to be not to go quite as hard, try to stick it out the whole class, and bring my seat with me from my bike because I am a wuss when it comes to those bike seats on those. Well, this isn't technically a spin bike, but it's essentially a spin bike. So I'm gonna bring my own seat, which I got at Target for my actual bike, which is padded. I'm gonna try that out and bring that with. Anyway, that's it for today. So I'm gonna go, and the more I think about it, the more I think I'm gonna go and pass out. I might do a little bit of yoga, like maybe 5 minutes of yoga, but that's about it. So, in fact, George just came in and is purring and very cuddly. So I think I'm gonna join him and go to bed. All right. Have a great night, everybody, and I will talk at you tomorrow.